Phrase versus clause. Many students find it difficult to distinguish between a phrase and a clause. They usually write phrases as their answers when the question specifically requires sentences as answers. In order to communicate effectively and also pass our English exams, we need to know the major difference between a phrase and a clause. We can see the difference in the following two groups of words. 1. The bus goes to Kumasi Mall. 2. The bus to Kumasi Mall. Let's take them again. 1. The bus goes to Kumasi Mall. 2. The bus to Kumasi Mall. In the first group of words, we can identify a subject and a verb, while in the second, we cannot. Again, in the first structure, the verb is goes and the subject is the bus. Because we have a verb and subject in the first structure, it is a clause. In the second structure, however, we cannot identify any verb and a subject. This structure is therefore a phrase. Now let's look at definition of clause and phrase. A clause is a group of words consisting of a subject and a verb. For example, the student arrived yesterday. Here, the verb is arrived and the subject is the student. Because we have verb and subject, we have a clause here. The following are clauses because each has a verb and a subject. 1. He was my best friend. The verb was, the subject he. 2. This is his photograph. The verb is the word is, and the subject is this. 3. Everyone in our class could see that. Here the verb is could see, and the subject is everyone in our class. 4. The boys were waiting for the headmaster. Here, the verb is were waiting and the subject is the boys. 5. He arrived this morning. Verb, arrived. Subject, he. The phrase. A phrase is a group of words without a subject and a verb. For example, the white cat in the room. The following are phrases because each structure does not have a verb and a subject. 1. The three tall brothers. Because we have no verb and subject, it is a phrase. 2. The fat black cat. We have no verb and subject. It is a phrase. 3. In the first place, illegal mining activities. No verb and subject. We have a phrase here. 4. The wife of the president. No verb and its subject. So we have a phrase. 5. The little black hen in the room. No verb and its subject. So we have a phrase. How to find a phrase and a clause. To find out if a group of words is a clause or a phrase, use this trick. Add, is it true that before the words. If the question makes sense, then it is a clause. If the question does not make sense, then the group of words is a phrase. Consider the examples below. 1. The bus goes to Kumasi Mall. Is it true that the bus goes to Kumasi Mall? Number 2. The bus to Kumasi. Is it true that the bus to Kumasi Mall? Is it true that the bus goes to Kumasi Mall? The first question makes sense. It has subject and verb. It is a clause. Is it true that the bus to Kumasi Mall? The second question does not make sense. It is a phrase. Now let's practice what you've learned. Indicate phrase or clause. 1. Rappers with no sense of melody. Clause or phrase. Correct answer is phrase. 2. Rappers have no sense of melody. Clause or phrase. Correct answer is clause. 3. The last single from Lil Wayne. Clause or phrase. is phrase. 4. The last single from Lil Wayne failed commercially. Clause or phrase. Correct answer is clause. 5. A peeled and sliced cucumber. Clause or phrase. Correct answer is phrase. Now, subscribe to our channel and like our videos. Thank you.